This is Still Here Hollywood's 10-minute takes, bite-sized chapters of our favorite chats with the stars. I'm Steve Kmetko. Here's the third of 6 chapters with actor and host Jerry O'Connell from Jerry Maguire.
I got an agent. I signed with William Morris. It was a big deal. I was back, and one of the first auditions that my new William Morris agent got me was for Jerry Maguire, to meet Cameron Crowe, who wrote and directed Jerry Maguire. And I auditioned for the agent, who was the agent who fired the football player and all that stuff. And I was 21, I was young. And I got along in the audition process as the agent. And I was really just copying my agent at William Morris that I had just signed with, who was a pretty fast-talking, really good agent. And I met Tom Cruise for a screen test. Screen tests are really big deals. They give you a script. You meet Tom Cruise. I mean, that's a huge deal. And when you see Tom Cruise, it's surreal. It's Tom Cruise. And by the way, he looks like Tom Cruise. He sounds like Tom Cruise. He feels like Tom Cruise. But you're talking to him. It's almost interactive. This is before AI. So, I mean, it was really something special. But I read for it, and physically, I was 20, 22, 21, 22 maybe. Yeah, 22. And there was a role for a recent college graduate, a first number one in the NFL draft pick. And they saw me, and I think physically they thought,
There's our man.
Yeah, he looks more like a young athlete than he does like an agent who's a contemporary of Tom Cruise's, And when I read as the agent part in the screen test, I just felt like it wasn't no one was laughing. There were other producers in the room, and it just didn't click. And I remember I was waiting out by the car, by my valet. I rented a car, and I remember thinking, wow, that didn't go well. I didn't get that. You could just feel it. And an assistant came out and said, hey, will you come back in? And so, of course, I ran back in, and I thought they were going to say, hey, that didn't go well. Let's try a couple other. And they said, will you read this part? And they gave me, in acting, they call it cold sides. So it's like a cold script. So you haven't rehearsed it. But it's funny, I knew as an actor, when you got a cold script, that was a real opportunity because there were 0 expectations on you. You didn't have time to prepare, so you could read lines. And basically, when you got a cold script, your job as an actor, these are actor tricks I'm giving all the actors listening right now, your job is to do whatever they tell you to do. And if you do it, if they say go left, go hard left. If they tell you to do it with a Russian accent, just come out and do like Boris Badenov, like all completely Boris, go crazy with the accent. And there is no wrong way when you have a cold script. And by the way, I'd learned that from failing a number of times with cold scripts. They said, we want you to play this role of this young quarterback that's in the script, and he's from Odessa, Texas. This was like right around the time of like Friday Night Lights. So man, I went in there and I just like completely like did like a full like Texas, full on. And I just thought like, I'm just going to do an imitation of Sam Elliott. I'm just going to do Sam Elliott. Like how would Sam Elliott, what would like WWSD, what would Sam do? And I did a complete Sam Elliott imitation and tried to go completely calm around Tom Cruise, who was sort of frenetic and being Jerry Maguire in these scenes. And I got the role. And it really changed my career. That was an Oscar nominated. Cuba Gooding Jr. won the Oscar. The screenplay or something else was nominated. A few things were nominated. And it
was a hot movie.
Yeah.
When it came out.
And that I'm sorry it took me so long to tell that story, but it was like just like right time, right place stuff. And at that point, I had auditioned so many times and done a lot of bad auditions that I knew when put on the spot in an audition and told to read a brand new scene, I knew exactly what to do. It's funny. So while I was a young guy, I was 22. I wasn't green at that point. I had done thousands of commercial auditions and done enough bad auditions to know that when someone gave you a new script, exactly what to do. It was funny. I knew the tricks.
Well, it's hard to understand, but people say failure is the key to success.
Yeah, it's funny. I remember I had auditioned for a TV pilot before that about a car that has superpowers, like a new Knight Rider show. It's so funny. They had given me, I came in there and I had prepared for one role. There was like two young men who find a supercar in a junkyard. And I had prepared for one role. And when I went in there to screen test, they said, no, we don't want you to do this role. We want you to do the other role. And I don't really remember, but one was like the nerd guy and one was the cool guy. And I think I was auditioning for the cool guy, or maybe I was auditioning for the nerd guy. And when they gave me the other part, I didn't know what to do. I didn't prepare for it. And I remember afterwards, my agent called me up and was like, what did you do? They said you were really nervous and you were stammering in there and you didn't do it. And I should have like not cared. Like I should have like, and if I played the cool guy, I should have done it like, hey, Fonzie, like, ooh, hey, played it cool. Or if I was playing the nerd guy, I should have like really like nerded it up. And, and I knew after that point to never do that when given a cold script again, And it's so funny. The next cold script I was given was in the audition for Jerry Maguire. So everything happens for a reason, I guess.
We'll be back for more in a moment.
I don't want to bum everybody out listening or watching this, but I'm a little bit of a failed actor. I acted for many years. I was acting. I still continue to act. But it's funny. My acting career has gone through a couple of downturns, and currently I'm in an acting downturn. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. When you meet Tom Cruise, you're thinking the whole time, I can't believe this is Tom Cruise. Is this real life? It's almost like it's surreal. I mean, I don't care. I would imagine even Barack Obama, King Charles meeting Tom Cruise, it's got to be like, whoa.
How about being a talk show host now? You have to be yourself. That's different than having a script.
Yeah, it's interesting. I got to give a shout out to my really good friend Horatio Sanz, who's an actor who was on Saturday Night Live for many years, who told me we did a movie together in 2000, and he said to me, you should go to improv school. Everybody's doing it. And I was like, improv school? I'm already on TV. Like, I'm going back to school. And he's like, you should always go back to school. And I went, and I went to Upright Citizens Brigade, which is an improv theater school here in Los Angeles, also in New York. They probably have a school in Chicago as well. Sorry, I don't know the exact details, but Upright Citizens Brigade is an improv school I went to, and I did all their classes, and have performed a number of times with them. And it was funny. It was right when improvisation was really becoming quite popular on television. Shows like The Office and everything, where things were lightly scripted, Curb Your Enthusiasm. These are things that are lightly scripted, were becoming sort of all the rage. And It really, like, improv really teaches you to just, for me, what it taught me was to basically just listen to other people, to listen to what everybody's saying, to not listen to yourself, to listen to others.
To watch the next chapter, click the box. If you're listening and download our episodes, it should start in a moment.